Greetings everyone, greetings all beloved, lovely souls and hearts out there. I like to give out some news, I call it news, about COVID-19 and the situation and some, it's news. This is so many different aspects that is coming out to people on earth now. So many different aspects. Mainly, I think the most people see maybe two aspects, and it's the aspect of to believe in the coronavirus and to believe in media and everything that is said. The other aspect is to don't believe in the coronavirus in that sense, and to understand that this is a power over from governments and maybe other forces that wants to keep people in slavery, and who really knows that it's going on a huge awakening on earth now, and that this is the year of the very, very turning point. And they have tried, I say they, I mean the forces, the beings who believe in that they are superior over other beings and they should have humanity kept in captive in slavery. They, of course, have tried to keep humans in slavery. Many human beings maybe don't consider themselves as slaves, but it is a control system. The control system is sublimely put it out, so people have thought they are free. They look at TV, they look at listen to radio, they look and listen to media and news in TV, in radio, papers, all kind of different news going out from media. And this media I talk about is the media who give out all the information that is happening from the government and other, so to say, forces who like to have this control over people. People, I consider myself one of the people. And I just want to talk about that, especially three things. I read somewhere, I was listening also to a video, and I heard someone say, I am not sure I did get this in the right way, but I thought I heard that person say, don't try to create your own timeline. And I didn't understand what that meant. What do someone mean when they say don't try to create your own timeline? Because timelines, this is a deep, deep thing to talk about, of course. Because if you like to, you could call the work you do your own timeline. You could call it that. But timelines, there are many timelines and in many dimensions. There are many different perspectives of timelines. And yes, I actually am not so much very fond of to give warnings to people. Because this is maybe not needed. It's more important to encourage people. Encourage people to be more of who they are, to feel more free, to be who they are, in this time especially. There also I was coming through of an it's not accident, because my different spiritual guides show me things, so I should having a bigger picture. So I was shown a Facebook group, because I don't go and look for Facebook groups at all, and I haven't been in Facebook for about 10 or 11 months, and I suddenly began to be there a little bit now, just looking after my own Facebook group a little bit and talk about these things. And I was shown this Facebook group. I will not say the name here, but it's a name, and it's telling like it's from one of the very galactic leaders or something, a galactic leader, who is like the informer from in this group and things like that. And I thought I will apply to be a member just to see what this is, because I'm interested sometime. When I'm shown by my spiritual guides something comes in front of my eye, I know it is something. I just add to my view. And the people who listen to me will be the people who are important to listen to me. There will be always a reason for that. And the thing is that this group had, when you applied to be a member, this group had a lot of demands. You should add 50 of your friends, and you should befriend. They had more than one administrator, and you should befriend at least one of the administrators, and you should give them your phone number, email address, and tell which town and country you stay in. They wanted that because they said that maybe the whole internet would be closed down, and a lot of more other things you had to give them just to have the right to apply. And if you didn't do this, then you got a member and you didn't in 1 month or something add 50 friends of yours, they would remove you. And I was beginning to think, and they also said, and you should be have love, not judge. And I was thinking, can you feel this? Because I was thinking, is this true? Is this true? I mean, divinely true. I was actually just answering 3 times and it didn't go through. I don't know. And then the 4th time I just answered everything and said yes to their rules and told them that I did these answers who was not okay answers. I just wrote same every time just to fill in the form, and then I wrote that I did this just because it didn't work before and because I wanted to actually tell them that I was questioning their rules. So I did that because I wanted them to know that I was questioning them. I think, I mean, I said also there, if you are not judging, let me see that now. Because if they are not judging, they should answer me something. And I don't know if they do that. But this is a free world, in my opinion. And there maybe I come back to this person who said you shouldn't create your own timeline. In some senses, some people may create their own timeline. But that timeline may consist of many, many, many other timelines. And then it's a person, maybe a person like me, who jump between many timelines, depending on where, in what place, what people, what circumstances you are in. So, but that's not what the average person does. Yeah, okay. But the important thing is that in this group also, they told a lot of things. It was a never-ending, you could scroll down, down, down. And they had so-called news, and they told about that it was a war going on now between the good and the bad, evil on earth, and that they were about the good ones. And also they talked about a lot of things that was really threatening. They talked about military here and there, and people going underground, and was captured here and there to go out and do this and this later, a lot of things. And I don't say they don't talk about their truth. That's not what I'm saying. I don't judge them. I just say this is my opinion. This is the news I give out now, because, as I said, I don't give out warnings to people. I like to encourage people. Warnings should be done directly when it's a direct threat. Then it's not maybe a warning that should be put out. Then it's something accurately you give people that tells them how to act in a situation. This comes from me, who have been working as a former mountain guide, because to work as a mountain guide is a kind of leadership where you can come in many threatening and dangerous situations where you have to make quick decisions. And yeah, one of the things I have been told to be in my former life is to have a huge civil courage. That is uncommon. And also some people who are like me, working in the way I do, they don't often be very, getting a lot of attention. I'm not seeking attention. I have gone through so much that was just for me to go through to see if it was for me, that so many people do, to have attention, to grow a company, a business, and all these things. And when you do these things, you have to be very, very grounded and sure of why you do that. And if it's really what you should do. When you do things like I do, you travel around in the world, I meet people physically in a local place, in life, in real life. And this is not just meeting people. This is situations who is very special. I am going through most of the time. I meet people. And I meet them here. And they see me. And it's kind of, it's not easy to tell you here how it's working, but what I do is, of course, I give out light codes. And I don't have to tell people that I give them light codes. I give light codes and they take in what they can take in. And this is my experience, because I have seen this now for months when I have traveled around. And I do this video now because this is my way of giving out this news to encourage you. I like to encourage you to know that if you question all this about the vaccines, I heard also on a video, 2 very known people, YouTubers like me, I didn't say now I'm so very known, but these 2 YouTubers are. But I am a YouTuber. Maybe more people I will be more known, I don't know. But the thing is that these 2 people, 2 of my favorites actually, and this talk they had was, I was really a little bit surprised, because they were actually talking about this situation now, the crisis and Corona, and they were talking about it in a way I felt was a little bit disencouraging, for me at least. Not really for me, but in my opinion they didn't. I was surprised. Yeah, I don't know to put it in another way. So they talked about that if the child of one of those needed to be vaccinated, what should she do or he do, which was of this, with his or her child? Should they could they be forced to vaccinate and things like this? This person said it was a little bit difficult because he or she had this child, because they couldn't work in the same way when they have the child. And also they talked about that these people who are working to take power from people to try to stop the awakening process on Earth now, which of course is making people powerful because they come into their own power. And this is actually a natural process, the Ascension process. It's nothing that can be stopped. It's only can be delayed, not stopped. It's not possible. So, but the thing is that what should they do? Is it possible that they can force someone to vaccinate their child? And I think the discussion was that because the child maybe was in beginning school, and they do this in school and things. And of course, I was only looking to this video, so I was not in the discussion. But in these cases, I would like to say from my point of view, in my point of view, they cannot force you to take any vaccines. Maybe they can trick you to take the vaccine in some ways. Because maybe they say this and this is the situation, so you need it or you have to take it. But in my opinion, they cannot force you. It's your human body. It's your body. It's actually the only thing you really need. You really have, you own in your life. So, that's the first thing. And then, because this is a power tool for them to give this this vaccination. I read some about it. I will not judge it. I just know I heard about that. It's more dangerous to take the vaccine than not. And the vaccine is actually a kind of poison. So there are people who are been sick of taking the vaccine. And this is just some of the things I've heard about. And for me, it's not a question of that. For me, it's a natural thing. I'm a natural being, very natural being. I go from my intuition. And actually, I don't take vaccines at all. And of course, I go through things sometimes. I can be poisoned. I go through the process and I find out. My spiritual guides always guides me. Of course, it's not easy. Of course, I have complicated situations in my life. Coming, going, and going, of course. It's not about that. It's about divine trust. Divine trust and divine truth. And I would like to say here now, this is an important point here. This is about Mother Earth, nature. The first thing I want to say is she don't need human beings to help her. She needs human beings to stop, to damage and hurt her and every life, all life in nature. So I'm not so very fond to hear people saying they will help her. It's like having a very wise old woman who knows a lot of knowledge, and suddenly she needs something and people say, oh, we're gonna help her, she's old, she's sick. And that's not nice. She is maybe one of the biggest warriors. Instead of seeing this, people only see that she is old-aged, doesn't look like a movie star anymore, and don't have the traits that they think that people should have. So most people don't see through what wisdom is and where it comes from when it comes to reality and social media. So how is it? How is it to be more natural person? That is that one of the things I told about, I think it was May, energy report. Take contact and learn to have contact with your higher self. Because this is a part of who you are as a natural being. And you will have assistance. That's really one big part of being a sovereign being, free being, a part of it, a big part of it. I also talked about when you feel fear, see what it is you fear and see what you have to let go of. If it's directly something that you should move away from, do that. But if it's other kind of fears, see what it is and then leave it. And stay in your love for life. Your true love and passion for life. And that includes all life forms on Earth. In my case, in this news I tell here now, in my case, I talk about all and every being on Earth here now. And that includes also, of course, all people who work in governments or all beings who are whatever they are here on Earth now. There might be other sources who say these are dark ones and this is good ones. When I talk about this, I talk about all and everyone. Because in my point of view, I have a perspective who is not in this dimension. I look from a higher view, from a higher dimension. And from there, I don't see the same. So I like you to learn to understand what unconditional love is, to learn what true love and passion for life and all life forms is, to understand what true kindness is, to understand what it is to be honestly helpful to all kind of people and animals, of course, and beings. And nature, of course. To never hurt yourself, never hurt anyone else or anything. To be a trustworthy person to yourself. And to learn what it is to stay in inner peace inside of yourself. And to have divine trust. And to have the ability to go with the process and don't bypass your own process, your own life process. And also to be like an ant. That means to have patience with yourself and everyone else. And I send love, peace, and I believe in you. And I actually believe in this very, very special process we are going through now on Earth. All is well. Have divine trust. The divine will is working. It's working good. Blessings and much love from me, Freja Enjoy. Blessings.